Hi everyone, Anne again. What I've got today is probably not going to be for everyone because it's going to get very messy. But it just intrigues me and I love it, and I find it very addictive actually. And all it is these pages that have been covered in wax. And it's given them a totally different feel and a different quality. They become almost transparent. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I can see my hand through the page. And it also makes the writing on the other side come through so that you get like a double layer of words which become almost unreadable, which is probably a good thing. And it also makes them nice and crinkly. So I'll show you how I did these. You don't need any very different equipment. I'm just using normal equipment that I've got here. But you do need an old iron, your craft iron. This is an old one of my mother's from the 70s, which is still going strong, and I love it because it doesn't have the steam holes. Most irons these days have steam holes, and you can use those, but don't put any water in it. But you'll find that the wax gets clogged up in the holes, and you'll need to clean it from time to time to stop you getting transfer of wax onto other things. Anyway, I'll just turn that on so it warms up. And I'm just using an ordinary candle for my wax. You can use beeswax, which is better if you've got it, but for the sake of this I'm just going to use this candle. Now I've got this is a page like the one I used before, and I'm just doing it on paper. It won't stick, but it will make a mess. So once my iron is heated up, I'm just going to rub the candle on the iron, and you can see it's dripping off onto the page. And then I'll iron over the page and push that wax right through the paper, right across the paper, so the whole page is covered. And you can actually turn it over and do the other side, so the wax is impregnated through the paper. And it sets very quickly, and you end up with this lovely crinkly piece of paper that's got totally different qualities than it would have normally. I've got some other pages here that we'll just do. This was from an old book. You can see straight away it makes the paper look really old, and it just gives it a really different look altogether. I love that. Yeah. And another one, I've got some of this old music. We'll see how this works. Plenty of wax on it. Need a little more in that corner. If you keep ironing it, you'll keep pushing the wax along. And you can see how the music on the other side of the sheet has come through to make this absolutely gobbledygook music. But doesn't it look good? Sorry, I hit the camera tripod with the iron then. I just love that. And my imagination runs riot when I see that, thinking of all the things I could make with that. But, there's a but. I wasn't satisfied with just doing it with this wax, and I wanted to try and make some coloured sheets, which I have here. And it does seem to have worked. These ones are nice and grungy, but I like these coloured ones. So I'll show you how I did those. What I'm using is just a box of children's wax crayons from the local shop, $2 shop, and I've got the ones here that I want to use, the colours. They've usually got paper on them, so take as much of the paper off as you can. Just cut down the paper with a knife and it should peel off like that, or most of it will peel off. Okay, now I'm going to use this page that I used before. Same thing, but we just use the colours. I'll take this browny one, put some wax on the iron, just squish it across. You see, immediately you get this really grungy effect. And I can introduce another colour if I want. If you get to a stage where you like it, don't iron it again, because it will take that pattern away and create a totally different one. I've done that so many times where I think that's nice and then I go over it again with the iron and lose what I thought was nice. But yeah, just keep playing with them and come up with all kinds of different colours. And what have we got here? Let's go with a turquoisey one. And then some orange to apply there. Okay, I just love those. And you can do all kinds of things with them once you've got them. This one I had several different colours on it. And this one I tore the sheets into strips and just lay them on top of one another, and then went over it with the iron, which remelted the wax and stuck them together. There's a nice one. I like that one. I just think that's just absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Now just be aware that if you're going to use this now in your work, say a journal, or for example, if your journal is ever somewhere warm, if you leave it in the car or whatever on a hot day and it's warm, the wax will melt and your work will come apart. So if you're going to do something layered like this with different papers, I suggest once you've done it, you go over it with the sealer, so that will completely make sure that it never lifts from the layers. Now there was one other thing I tried, and that was using napkins. Let me get that out of the way. Turn that off. And I wondered what would happen if I used napkins instead of paper. Now these are just two ordinary napkins that I have taken the layers off, so they're just the one layer. And I'll show you, well, we used to do the birds one first, the difference once it's been waxed. And it's the same napkin, but now I've done it with wax. And as you can see through that very easily. It's given it a real crinkly quality. And if I put that on top of that, you can actually see through it. But if it was the other way around, just using the napkin ordinary, you can't really see through it. So it gives it this nice transparent quality. The one that I liked the best was this map one, because it's made the map look really old, and it's almost like parchment now. I just love that, and I think I'm going to use that quite often in my work for the next few days. Anyway, that's what I have today. As I said, it gets messy, but it doesn't stick to the paper. And if you use paper, obviously you can just throw it away after, or you can use it, the nice colours, to make something else. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have fun, and I thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.